That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him. 4. My top 4 woodworking projects. Easy beginner projects for fall slash Halloween or slasher Halloween. It's fall and all the leaves are brown and the sky is... all right. It's not fall yet, but it is in the 70s today. That false fall, so common in New England. It's a great time to be outside and in the shop. And today it's Therapy Thursday and I get to do both. Number 1. This is a project that started it all for me. I know they've been done before and they'll be done again this year, probably 10 times over. And people will sell faces and templates. The square jack-o'-lantern. I love them. I'm going to make one every year until I can't make them anymore. And not just because this is a project that pulled me off of my sofa and got me back into the shop a few years ago, but because I just love the look. And the fact that with a click of a button, I can have a porch full of grinning faces smiling back at me. This is a perfect scrap wood or pallet wood project. In fact, I'm using both. I'm going with 8 inches tall and 7 1/4 wide. Why? I don't know. But I must have had a reason when I made my first 2 4 years ago. So for now, let's call it continuity. And we'll go 4 1/2 inches deep so they sit on my porch railings. Find your pattern. The internet is loaded with them. Or use the pattern in the description. Glue it on the front. I use a removable glue stick. And drill some holes for your instrument of choice to slide into. Coping saw, jigsaw, or scroll saw. Pick your poison. And cut. Be as precise as you can to avoid extra filing and sanding, but if you're like me, you'll have to do it all anyways. This could not get any quicker. Seriously. Glue up is a snap. Tight bond 3. Add some finished nails to hold it all together. You don't have a nail gun? Don't worry. Nail it by hand. Add some screws. It all works out in the end. I kind of like the burnish look on mine. I just make some watered down black acrylic paint to make a stain. Let it dry a touch. I would say maybe 80%. And while it's still just a little tacky, I hit it with some orange spray paint. The paint will adhere, but not perfectly, giving it this distressed burnished look. I love it so much. I'm not sure if burnish is even a word, but I like it. Then sand it down and distress to your liking. Then hit the outside up for a stem. I use branches. Now, I'm very particular with my stems. I don't like straight, and I'll even go so far as trying to find one at the end of a split so it gets this wider section. I don't know why. I like them that way. Glue and screw from the bottom of the lid and done. Now, I use these. I talked about it with my tin punch lantern last week, I think. Battery powered. I can set them for 4, 6, or even 8 hours. And they turn themselves on at whatever time you set. Set them and forget them. You can't get better than that. Number 2, fall. I love this season. And folk art is on full display. Always is this time of year. And this is a perfect project for fall in those thin 1/4 inch thick pallet wood pieces or 1/2 inch. I'm using some scraps ripped from 2x4s to start my project. The pattern for the 2 layers of petals is in the description. Just resize to your liking, print, cut the pattern out, glue it to some recycled pressboard, and cut it out again. Then trace the patterns to the wood, trying to keep the grain flowing in similar directions. Now, I use my scroll saw to cut the petals out. You could probably just sand them. And then hit them up at the Wen bench top. I say it every week. This is my tool for smoothing out curves, making my projects look so good, or at least saving them from the burn pile. First layer of petals done, I move on to the second, the back row, and I run out of 1/4 inch slats. So I pull out the table saw and quickly rip a couple more. Then trace and cut out and sand again. I bring them all together and sand smoothish and round over the edges, then do a quick layout check. Now, I gave away the only one I made last year to my mother for her garden. So I'm kind of guessing at the center here. I believe this looks good. It's 4.5 inches. Brace it out, cut, and sand. Now, this time when I hit up the sander, I go in at a slight angle, trying to remove the edges and fade to the center. Not a round over, but a very gradual fade to the center, creating an upside down bowl almost. Not too drastic, but just enough to notice. Then I light it on fire. Yeah. A light crisp on the top, make that grain pop. Then burn the center, drawing your eyes into that darker circle. Tight bond 3-inch staples. Done. Number 3. You know, I love my Mod Podge. I've been mastering the art for years. All right, failing miserably for years, but I do think I have it down pretty good now. These are some of the Halloween ones I've done in the past, practicing, messing with the colors and the saturation, and here are some fall ones. Look, this is quick, this is easy, and this is a scrap wood project. It's just a little plaque that says Happy Halloween, that impulse buy at the craft fair. And this piece, really, it's all about the font, and I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't. It's an amazing font, Spider-Man. Gives a great spider web vibe to it. Now, I felt it was just a little too much for the 2 lines though, so I added the Happy and Impact condensed above it, and threw in some bats for good measure. This and several other of my art files are in the plans in the description. I added the watered down black acrylic to get a nice grayish yuck to the board. I let it dry, then hit it up with some white chalk paint. Just white latex or acrylic with some plaster of Paris. It makes it thicker and stickier. You don't need it. You can just go with basic white paint though. Then a light sanding to smooth it out, and Mod Podge. There are a million videos out there on how to do this, but quickly, print the graphics in reverse, coat the board with a layer of Mod, put the graphics ink side down, squeegee the excess out, let it dry, little water on it till the ink starts showing through the paper, and slowly peel. Now we need to seal it, but I wouldn't use Mod Podge. It does yellow over time. Well, unless you like that old stain look, then you can do it. And if you do, you probably also like eating that ribbon candy that your grandparents always had out in that dish, you know? The one where you grab one, the whole clump comes out. Whoa, I still shudder at the thought. Look, I love these things. Slap a couple layer of poly on, and you're good to go. You can even make tea light holders from a 4x4. Perfect for every season. Number 4, this is another oldie but goodie. It will be done 100 different ways again this season. And I'm going to call this chapter, It's the Great Gourd, Chuck Purple. That way I avoid any lawsuits in the future. I'm only making one here, but we'll give you the cut list and the plans for 2 other sizes that I do as well. It's just 4 2x4 chunks. I mark and cut off 3/4 inches from all the corners and cut at 45 degrees to soften the line. I did this on the first one by complete accident, messing up which corners to do, but it makes this great little indent where we'll put the stem. At the end, I sand over the edges, my usual 120 grit that has seen better days. Then glue up. Yep, tight bond 3 again, and some finish nails to hold it all together. I grab the leftover branch from the jack-o'-lantern and cut off a chunk, I don't know, 5/8 inches or so, then drill a hole. This is a little sketchy here. The paddle can grab quickly in an instant and twist your arm. Go slow, in spurts so it doesn't grab and snap your wrist off. Then just glue the stem in. Now, you can do anything you want here. Paint, stain, whatever. I chose watered down acrylic. Did you really expect anything else? Well, maybe some golden oak. And honestly, the first time I did this was by accident again. I built a wee one, and I tried to do a nice gray wash to distress it, which I do with the black all the time now. And one of my daughters came in, fell in love with the color, and so we've been paint staining them ever since, mixing the colors as we go, whatever our mood is. Today, it's some pumpkin orange, a hint of black left over from the jack-o'-lantern base, and look at that. Gorgeous. Now we just sand it down to perfection, distress those edges, and add it to the family. All right, here we are. My 4 favorite fall/Halloween projects from the previous years. The ones that got me back into the shop. I hope at least one of them inspires you to do the same. Number 1, the square jack-o'-lantern. Fun, 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 and so easy. They sit across my porch railing for now. I love them. Number 2, the sunflower. Garden whimsy at its finest. Folk art. I might dye the petals faintly a soft, soft yellow. It's the thought at any rate. I'm going to make a few more for beside the door. I have a stone house, so it's the perfect decor. Number 3, Mod Podge blocks. Instant decor on a dime. Anything and everything. The cheapest way to change the look of a window or a nook. Number 4, it's the great gourd chuck purple. I love these. So simple, so many options. Tie some twine around the stem, make some vines. These go up my porch stairs with a couple real jack-o'-lanterns interspersed between them. Come on, it's not Halloween without the smell of melting pumpkins. So out with the old and in with the new. Never. I still love these, always will. But now I'll bring in some new ideas to add to the fun for this coming season. So which are you going to tackle? And don't forget to leave a comment. What was your favorite costume growing up? Or as an adult for that matter, as we truly never grow up. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Until the next time.